Now everyone can hear me? Maybe the microphone is not in the best position. Okay, if everyone can hear me now, I think that we are good to go. So apologize for the delay. As I was saying, today we try to reestablish control of the company. It seems that again people have some issue hearing me. Let me restart. Or the sound is not the best. Let me just change the input microphone. 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. I hope everyone can hear me much better now. Please confirm. It was an issue with the microphone, so I switched to this plug-in mic. Hope it's okay now. Just all confirm that is okay. The sound. I don't know what happened. Maybe the computer restarted. So you don't hear any more buzzing sounds and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good quality. Yeah. Good. So coming back to what I was saying, thank you everyone for joining. It's good that we had this break. Everybody had time to join in, especially our favorite troll Louise, and also Marcel, who's not our favorite troll actually. He became on trollish. Going back to the discussion. Today was a funny day in the sense that we were trying to figure out a way to get back to Shape Robotics Romania, because I don't know if people, maybe we have some Romanians that are connected here and they can understand these aspects much better than me. But what happened is the de facto lawyer, the de facto administrator of the company was of course the trustee from Denmark, also for Romania. So we had to file some papers to be able to recover access to the company in the sense of the law. Hopefully tomorrow the court will decide on that, as it requires. I will not mess with the microphone. I apologize. It's just that the microphone, it doesn't fit to my lavalier. I don't know how it should work. So I will keep it in my hand. So I'm not a professional studio here. I'm just doing it from home. Now everything is okay, Marcel. Yes, confirm that you can hear me. I'm not messing with the microphone anymore. I'm just holding like this. So coming back to the topic, we are back into Romania in the sense that tomorrow we have access to everything, so we can see what happened and try to recover access to the warehouse, the logistics. Unfortunately, none of the headquarters exist, so the offices have been liquidated. Employees left. These 2 months and a half were a disaster, but slowly and steadily, I think we can work something out. Now, in the meantime, if anybody wants to throw in some questions, let's be ready. In the meantime, I will try to show you something that is extremely important, and I think that everybody has to be aware of this in the next weeks. till we get this clarity back, and we'll try to recover some of the documents, and we try to figure out what really went on in these dark days of the bankruptcy, of the illegal bankruptcy, of course. So let me show you something that happened today. It was a discussion with a journalist from finance, the same journalist that thought that destroying man's character would just make things better, I don't know, or sell more newspapers. So pay great attention to fake news, to misinformation. The mainstream media that covered our story, which is finance, is not an independent reporter. It's being paid by Kronman, by Danske. These are the companies that pay them. So anybody that is quoting finance as a legal dictionary, they have to think about what I just said. So I will just share the screen for full transparency as usual. The share is from the discussion that we had today with Jesper Hoberg, or Hoiberg, I don't know exactly how his name is pronounced, and I apologize for this. And I just want you to pay very close attention to the way the discussion with him worked. So I will read it, and of course, as usual, you will see it publicly on my channel. So what happened is like this. Today around let's say what the time was here, starts here. Today around 12:38, so at noon Romanian time, he's asking me, this is the way we always talked over WhatsApp, so it's this is the typical way we have discussed, because it's very important for me to keep the proof. Always I try to keep the discussions with Jesper saved, just because of the manipulation and the tactics has been used by finance are very important to have some traceability on that. So he starts asking me, hi Mark, all good in Romania. We have been in contact with the administrator of Sanaco, who informs us that he has reported possible criminal conduct in Sanaco to the police. What is your reaction to that? We will mention your complaints in the same article. So he says that he will mention yesterday's claims that we made against Nasdaq and Kronman. Of course, finance didn't cover anything about that, so it was only Borsen, I think, and the Market Watch, so other media than finance. So what they're saying is that they will make an article today, but they want to make this article together with something that fits their narrative, meaning some criminal complaints that I don't know how finance got to them. And I think this is the important aspect, because you can see also in Nasdaq, on Nordnet, that this story suddenly, after we filed the claims against Nasdaq and Kronman Reumert for not following the court rules, suddenly also on the groups, the trolls have immediately sent exactly this article from finance that states that there is criminal conduct in Shape Robotics, in Sanaco OI, so the subsidiary 100% owned by Shape Robotics, the one that was declared bankruptcy on the tenure of the trustee. So I responded. So this is undeniable proof that we have a lot of trolls that follow the finance or maybe are on the finance payroll. I will answer Marcel, do we have proof of Danske paying finance for bad PR? They're not paying finance for bad PR, they are paying finance for everything, because this is one of their main sponsors. So, and I didn't say they're paying it for bad PR. I said that they are not independent journalists, they are basically living out of money coming from companies like Kronman and Danske. So let me continue to explaining what happened in this dialogue, because I think, again, it's very important for you to understand. I replied to the journalist, I 100% agree it was criminal conduct on behalf of the management of Shape Robotics between the 5th of January to the date. That is why we need to see the documents from Kronman Reumert, and of course this is why KR is hiding the documents. Okay. The journalist replies, I don't understand what conduct after the 5th, and what do you think of the police filing for the Finnish administrator? Okay. And I said, I fully support the police filing. The trustee has destroyed the subsidiaries. We also have filed today in Romania the same criminal charges against the trustee, which is true. We already filed criminal charges against the trustee in Romania for mismanagement of the Romanian asset. So we go forward, but you are aware that the administrator in Finland earlier stated that the management in Finland had orchestrated a theft of money, right? He asked me. And I said, how can I be aware of such a nonsense? I haven't even discussed with the trustee in Finland, which is true. I have never engaged this trustee. I just found out about his existence after the bankruptcy was annulled. So I go forward and reply. The bankruptcy was opened during the trustee stewardship, which is exactly what happened, and the statement in Finland and the management in Finland is de facto as in Romania, Shape Robotics AS. So I have to explain to everybody so it makes very clear. A company that is 100% in charge, or a company that is 100% ownership of another company makes very simple administration rules. So it creates very simple administration rules here. So when the company doesn't have management, like in the case of Romania or Finland, when after the trustee declared after the bankruptcy was declared and the trustee became the representative of Shape Robotics IS, automatically, if there is no management in the subsidiaries, automatically the management is de facto in the trustee's hand, who has the obligation to put a new manager in the country. If not, he needs to find some ways to administer directly. So just to make it clear, between the end of the day 5th of January to date, or from the 5th of January to date, although the bankruptcy was annulled, we still don't run the company de facto. We have 59 days we had no right, and from the 59 days we have no ownership of the papers and documents to be able to run a company. Now, coming further to the topic, I responded that of course I don't have any kind of idea what the journalist is talking about, and then the bomb, he shows me the article from Finance, and I tell him this is the story from Finance, and I said this is circular journalism. How can I take a story from Finance as hard proof that something is happening? And then I said clearly, my statement for the paper has to be very clearly written exactly in the following way. I 100% agree it was criminal conduct on the behalf of Shape Robotics between the 5th of January to date. And of course, this is why Kroman Reumert is hiding the documents, which I think everybody here in the for mobile devices, Marcel, maybe it's useless, but I would presume that people can also watch it on the large screen, and of course I will make it available to the download section when I post the video. And more important, I think that's why I read it also for you to understand if you cannot see it very, very clearly on the screen. So continuing my statement, and I fully support the police filing. The trustee has destroyed the subsidiaries. We also filed today in Romania same criminal charges against the trustee. Okay. Then the bullshit continues. He's starting to ask me, telling to me I'm not clear. What does alleged criminal conduct in the Danish company have to do with the Finnish police filing? And in the end, this discussion, he's trying to extract from me basically some sort of cherry-picking statement that he can use in context to hide the fact that we filed lawfully criminal complaint against Nasdaq and Kroman Reumert. And then in the last move that I make against this ill-intended journalism, I explain clearly that I only accept the statement that I made to be quoted integrally. Otherwise, I will go to the press board. It's not the first time that I claim against Finance in the press board, and of course, everybody knows that I have a lawsuit opened in Romania with huge claims on Finance. And I explained them clearly that this is the final statement, and I translated it into Danish, and I made it available also on LinkedIn today, so we don't have any discussions that they will try to translate it or mislead you in any shape or form. So in conclusion, pay very careful attention to the situation and make sure that you don't fall for the trap that they are trying to lay in front of us. I hope I have informed you completely and correctly. So now I'm just open to questions, and let's take it from there as usual. So hi Cosmin, nice to have you here. Let's wait for the questions to come. Hello, hello. Still no reactions on the criminal charges you're submitting from the accused. No reactions, and I find it even how to say, I find the way they behave is just confirmation on we are right, because if you are not if you are innocent in the if you believe that you're innocent, you should be able to defend yourself publicly very fast. No, Marcel, there is no simple update. It's just that we're trying to recover access to Romania. Hopefully tomorrow I will be able to update you on that situation. It's quite a long process. Of course, you can imagine that it requires a lot of time and energy to do that. But I promise to update you tomorrow. Thank you again for your time, Marcel, and God bless. So yeah, Cosmin, there are no reactions, and unfortunately that I heard today some extremely interesting new kind of theories popping into the trollish service media that how we say in Romanian, Cosmin, vezi Doamne, the NSK, so this is like the DICOT or some special agency in Denmark, is for sure following this case from on behalf of the trustee, and that's why they do not share it, because it's they have proof against or for fraud, and they keep the money locked because for sure NSK is on the case. So first of all, for those idiots that claim such things, I will explain again that the law doesn't work like that. So if there is a I don't know, state authority doing an active investigation, then Kroman Reumert is not the one holding the documents or the money. It's the state authority that does that. So Kroman Reumert is again a private company like ours. It's an AS. It's not a government agency. So don't fall for this bullshit and traps. Okay. So yeah, bye Marcel. Shoot questions. Ask me. Let me check on other channels if we have any questions. Okay. In the meantime, Peter, you still there? Any questions? Bo, any updates? By the way, have you seen anything on the Danish media? I was not able to see anything new coming in the latest hours, and I also don't plan to spend money to pay all these paywalls to see the Danish media. Yeah, you have not seen any, nor not Borsa nor Finance. We will see for sure a story from Finance. It's just interesting to see how they are able to make the cover up. What I think is very dangerous is that Nasdaq is not answering anything. So they should at least said that I'm a complete idiot, and then that's it. But yeah, I don't know. You are the investors there. I don't know how you kind of tolerate these things. I come from a country where if things like this happen, everybody will be outraged. But we are Latin, and the blood boils a little bit hotter in our veins and arteries. Good. So it's just Peter, haven't seen news today just from Nordnet, but the place people claiming everything is doomed. I think that they can go on that avenue, but yeah, no answer from Free Heads Brevet, so nothing of value. Peter, I think that when you engage also on Nordnet, I believe that the mentality and the way people write there has to be a little bit, let's say, clarified, or we have to, at least people that watch this live have to go in and clarify some things. So again, we are talking about economic cycles, or Shape Robotics has been in one economic cycle till the moment it became bankrupt. Now there is a new economic reality. We are in a new reality right now that we cannot even grasp. Okay, not cycle reality. I apologize for misusing the term. So the economic reality of Shape Robotics till the 5th, 6th of January, however you want to calculate the timing, doesn't play today the same as it was, as people would like it to play out. So we are in a new economic reality, in an economic reality where US shareholders were not allowed to vote, in a reality where the Irish capital was cancelled, in a reality where a bankruptcy was annulled and declared illegal, and in a reality where we don't have access to documents and anything. So people can go and speculate freely, but I believe that this reality also has a very clear definition of the good and the bad. And this is what you need to understand. So the value of Shape Robotics might not be the value of Shape Robotics from the other economic reality that ended with the death, the assassination of Shape Robotics in a illegal move orchestrated by Danske Bank, EIFO, and Kronman Reumert, which basically we've proven in the high court that we are right. So illegal moves don't work in Denmark, and this is something that you should all be proud of, and you should be proud of your institutions in this situation, and not believe private individuals like Kronman and Thijs, and these are not institutions. So all the shareholders have to understand that currently our victory is supported by the High Court in Denmark. So everything else is just noise. Focus on the reality. It's a new economic reality. In the meantime, Bo, are you making progress on rallying the shareholders? Maybe we have a EGM also in the end? So while we get the questions, and Bo and Peter would reply, one more important aspect on the progress. He says that not so good progress. If everything goes as we hope, what's the deal with Poland? Are the same plans still realistic? Maybe not on the same scale. Peter, I don't know how to answer to you right now. I have engaged our Polish consultants and the contract owner, and of course they are very reluctant to give us any sort of clear answer. I simply don't know. Theoretically the deal has not been cancelled. Now we need to understand whether this is also feasible for us to continue to do that, because we live in a reality that is not under our control. So I'm asking you a very very simple and straightforward question is, are we able to support in our current state as a company, are we able to support such a deal? Because we don't even have control of the company, so it's very difficult to find an answer to your question, Peter. Hey, you're making progress, boss. See, you're 250,000 shares. Like I said, I think that we have at least 800,000 shares still available from others, so we are close to the number. But I would prefer that you have as many as possible from the Danish small or mid investors supporting you, because that will create this public interest. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Peter. It's he said that makes sense. Just curious. It's very difficult. Put yourself in their place. If they give us the paper, then of course they just sign their death sentence, because all the papers that we will receive from Kronman Reumert or Danske or whoever orchestrated this, I will make immediately public. There is no discussion about that. So yeah, at least we know what happened. But this creates what we are not ready to process in Denmark, that the trust system and the trust in the and in the private companies that run the stock exchange, I think it will be shattered to the ground. But yeah, it is what it is. It's not something new. It happens in every country, and we should never consider that because it happens in theoretically there is this pool of trust in Denmark. This is something that we should put all our money into, you know. For sure there are good, bad individuals also in Denmark, good or bad individuals also in Denmark. So from my point of view, I think that I informed you sufficiently on this. Just pay attention, just be very careful on this kind of tricks that the media is playing. Of course they know that they are part of the gang, and the establishment is just trying to play its cards right now. Its only cards left are to flood the zone, as Steve Bannon said. That's the mentality, and just don't fall for that, because proof has to be brought by documentation behind it. And if anybody else from this chat or from the people that will listen later has any sort of an idea how Kronman can correctly defend by not giving us the paper and not giving us access to our funds, then I'm more than happy to hear that side of the story, also being a devil advocate. But right now we don't have a company, we don't have anything, we just have a CEO legally on paper. Good. Yeah, I think that's it for the night. I wish you all the best. Have a good night's sleep, and we'll continue to battle tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much.